Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Vijay Rahangnale from Department of Physics, Jagat Arts, Commerce and IHP Science College, Goregaon, District Gondia, Maharashtra. Hello, everyone. I am going to present this paper, and the title of my presentation is Dielectric and Ferroelectric Behavior of PbO, TiO2, ZrO2, B2O3, SiO2 Glass Ceramics. This is the plan of today's presentation: introduction, objective, experimental part, result and discussion, and finally conclusion. So coming to the introduction part, this, as all of you know, that lead titanate is a perovskite material having Curie temperature 490 degrees centigrade, and this is widely used for strong ferroelectric, piezoelectric characteristics. But it is very difficult to use pure PbTiO3 due to its pure sinterability and fragility. Solid state sintering method. In this method, we cannot control exactly the composition of PbTiO3 because at high temperature it is very volatile. So the preparation of glass samples with conventional melt quenching technique is for the production of these glasses for required shape and size. So here the glass to glass ceramic conversion is done with controlled heat treatment schedule. And this is done for getting the optimum dielectric and ferroelectric properties. So it is very necessary to control the volume fraction of the ferroelectric phases into the glass ceramic matrix with appropriate heat treatment schedule. So here SiO2 addition at the cost of B2O3 can help in improving the dielectric and ferroelectric properties with increasing percentage of lead titanate phase in glass ceramics. So the objective of this present work is to study the dielectric and ferroelectric behavior of these glass ceramics where SiO2 is added at the cost of B2O3. So here the glasses are synthesized with the method of conventional melt quenching technique. This is the glass composition: 50 PbO, 11.75 TiO2, 13.25 ZrO2, 22.5 minus X B2O3, 2.5 X SiO2. So here X is varied from 0 to 10 mole percentage. So these glass were synthesized at at temperature around 11 degrees centigrade to 1200 degrees centigrade. Then glass to glass ceramic is done at 490 degree and 590 degree centigrade. So these are the nucleation and crystallization temperature. After preparing these glass ceramic samples, we characterize them with density, XRD, volume fraction, dielectric and ferroelectric hysteresis measurement. So coming to the result and discussion part, this table shows the density of the glass material as well as density of glass ceramic materials. The fourth and fifth column indicates the dielectric constant of glass and glass ceramic samples, and the last column indicates the volume fraction of lead titanate phase prepared in glass ceramic samples. So you can observe that the density as well as dielectric constant is continuously increasing as we increase the volume mole percentage of SiO2. So optimum dielectric constant is obtained in case of 10 mole percentage of SiO2, and for this volume fraction of lead titanate is observed to be 44.44. So this graph indicates the variation of dielectric constant, room temperature dielectric constant with X mole percentage of SiO2. So you can clearly observe that the dielectric constant of the glass ceramic material is higher than those of corresponding glass samples. These are the XRD patterns where there is a clear cut indication of formation of lead titanate as well as lead zirconate titanate crystalline phases in all the glass ceramic samples, and these are matched with the JCPDS file. Some minor peaks were observed of PbTiO3 secondary phase. This graph shows the variation of dielectric constant with temperature, and the second graph indicates the dielectric loss. You can clearly observe the variation of dielectric constant is almost constant up to 250 degrees centigrade. The same is in case of dielectric loss, and this is very useful for the practical application for this temperature range. So after 250 degrees centigrade there is sudden increase in dielectric constant and loss is observed, and this is due to the space charge polarization near crystal glass boundary. Coming to the ferroelectric properties, we measured these ferroelectric properties with Marine India made by Marine India this PE loop tracer, and here you can observe the formation of this crystallite PbTiO3 phase, and the remnant polarization is obtained from 0.008 microcoulomb per centimeter square to 0.075 microcoulomb per centimeter square. The value is somewhat low, but anyway we obtained the crystalline phase. The last column indicates the coercive field, and this graph indicates the hysteresis loop for 7.5 mole percentage glass ceramic sample. So this is lossy loop, and this may be due to the some glassy phase present in glass ceramic matrix. These are the conclusions. Density and dielectric constant of the glass ceramic samples is higher than those of glass samples, and this is due to the formation of ferroelectric phase. So we can say that the dielectric and ferroelectric properties are improved with SiO2 addition, and this is very important for developing this material for transducers applications or any piezoelectric materials. Thank you.